Hello, welcome to 8 Days of Mindfulness with MindBodyCalm. My name's Bren Murphy and I'm introducing you to mindfulness now and each day over the next 8 days for around 8 to 10 minutes should get you a nice launch pad into your mindfulness journey. So even if you're just popping in here for a quick look before you move on, I just want to ask if you can at least give me 5 minutes or so to introduce the program. And this is how it can really change your life. And I know it's a big thing to say it will change your life, like an online program will change your life, but it actually can. It can really start a process and trigger some changes in your life and different ways of looking at things. And that's actually what mindfulness is all about, introducing awareness. So right now, if you allow it to, mindfulness can change your life, but we have to allow it to. You have to give yourself permission and you have to actually participate for the full 8 days. That might mean watching these videos one after the other today, or it might mean watching them one each day, or whichever sort of pattern you choose to watch it. But it is to go through the program and at least get into the flow of mindfulness through this Mind Body Calm awareness program. So do you think you could do that? I think you can do it. That's why I've designed it to be really simple and really accessible from the get-go. And I know why, because in 8 days you can be well on the way to installing a new habit, a new way of doing things, and making a breakthrough that might have brought you here in the first place. A lot of people I talk with have coming to mindfulness from, and it's here on the page, the blur of overwhelm, and they're living on a default setting, or they're going through life or through the motions on autopilot. And guess what? It's just not that good. It's just a vague, grey feeling. It's not like living life as fully explored as it could be. So this is a great way to explore that, and it's right from the comfort of where you are right now. So if you're reading this on the train or listening to this lying in bed at night, it's a great place to access mindfulness. So yeah, there's some pretty impressive claims and offers right now. So I'm sending the energy out to you by creating this program and giving this energy of knowledge and new ideas. And from that outward energy, you're accepting it and it's coming into you. So it's entering you as a good energy, okay? So just by doing it and accepting that inward energy, you've created a change already in your mind. Okay, so let's get started. So what is 8 days all about? What it is a deep dive, a daily deep dive into mindfulness. So you get to experience the full range of mindfulness in a series of short, sharp, and succinct episodes. Sort of along the lines of getting a taster or a test drive, so you know what to expect before you fully commit to mindfulness. Or the other side of it is you have a general grasp of mindfulness. So if you're going to an in-service, or you're going to a face-to-face program, or you're doing mindfulness with some other educator or training package, this will give you another reference point, okay? Because there's no sort of one global approach to mindfulness that is the way, okay? So each aspect only helps you build a fully three-dimensional understanding of mindfulness. And also this way you can fully grow into your practice of mindfulness, because it's a lifelong journey from here. This can sort of trigger your exploration, and you'll keep exploring and learning it and hearing it in different ways from different people for decades to come. I know I have, just learning from different people over the years. It just gives you such a clearer picture. So if that'll alleviate some of your pre-game anxiety about doing mindfulness with me or with someone else, or might stop you from committing, I hope that helps you. So on day one, you're fresh and you're new to mindfulness. So I see this as emerging awareness, okay? I see it as a stage where you're actually just coming into this beautiful space, coming into relaxation, coming into calm, and you're waking up from the blur of overwhelm. You're actually emerging like a butterfly from the cocoon of that default setting of wake up, have a shower, go to work, come home, have a shower, have dinner, go to bed, wake up, go have a shower, go to work. That treadmill, you can actually step back from it now and really enjoy the moment and be present. So right now I want you to stop whatever it is you are doing and drop with me into a mindfulness experience. I'm going to do this using as fewer words as possible. So sitting upright in your chair, shoulders back, hands in your lap folded, eyes closed and chin slightly forward and down. Breathing on the inhale and sighing on the exhale, emptying completely your lungs. Breathing on the inhale and sighing on the exhale, emptying completely your lungs. Breathing on the inhale and sighing on the exhale, emptying completely your lungs. Now I invite you to bring your attention to your breath, breathing on the inhale and sighing on the exhale, emptying completely your lungs. And sooner or later, your attention will begin to wander. Watch as it wanders away from the breath. See images, notice thoughts. Are you planning for the day? Thinking about distractions you might have heard? Feeling the stillness? Or maybe an itch? Or wanting to yawn? And you notice your attention is no longer on your breath. You gently come back, breathing on the inhale, sighing on the exhale, emptying completely your lungs. It's not wrong or a mistake. It's just awareness. Awareness of your mind and how it wanders. Breathing on the inhale and sighing on the exhale, emptying completely your lungs. Each time your mind wanders, gently bring it back. This is the practice. Wandering and coming back. Breathing on the inhale and sighing on the exhale, emptying completely your lungs. As our mind wanders, we gently, with love and compassion, not frustration, not impatience, we gently, breathing on the inhale and sighing on the exhale, emptying completely your lungs. Take another minute or so and I will sing the bell to bring you back. your mind does wander. And that is the key takeaway from day 1 of MindBodyCalm 8 Days of Mindfulness. Did you notice just how much your mind did wander? For me, and I'll be completely honest, my first experience with this was really confronting. Let's not make out this is no big deal. I actually thought that I was as crazy as everyone had been saying. I thought there's no way I can ever just sit still here and have my attention on my breath. There's no way. Not whilst I've got so much to do, so many plans like business or family and relationships, and then making a strategy for each of them. And then there's what I was going to say next time I saw a certain person, or what I could have said for that meeting, or how I could redesign the business, or how I'm going to change things next time so it wouldn't be as painful, or how I forgot to go for a run this morning, or how I need new runners, but then I had to get the socks as well, but then I didn't want to go back to that shop because I didn't see how the mind wanders. And it can start with the good intention of staying focused on the breath, and suddenly I've skipped off and I'm thinking about what running shop I want to go to or not go to, and the parking. So as you get distracted, you drift from the simplicity of the breath off into this mental construct of all these thoughts on top of thoughts on top of thoughts on top of thoughts, and you end up miles away from your center. So you can see how our mind normally just flows away with us, and how we can be lost in a never-ending torrent, a never-ending flow of thoughts from one thing to the next, from the minute we wake in the morning until right before we go to bed. And even when we wake up in the middle of the night, those thoughts are still flowing. So, the first day of mindfulness is the contrast between those times just then when we were focusing on the breath, and the difference you might be feeling a few minutes earlier when you were lost in thought and following a spiral of maybes, could haves and might have beens. Mindfulness helps us declutter our thoughts so that we have clarity and we can just be without all the drama. Because most of the drama is actually not true. They're just thoughts. Just made up of thoughts, or thoughts about thoughts about thoughts, about someone else's thoughts. And you can see how it builds up on sort of nothing, but it keeps building. And searching for answers by thinking even more deeply about this is not the way. It's actually, the secret is to think less about it and just focus on your body and the breath. So each time you wander, you come back with patience, come back gently, come back with compassion, come back with kindness, and you bring it back to attention on the breath. And there's no denying it is confronting. When you see people sitting in stillness, in mindfulness, and it looks as though nothing's going on, there is actually a lot going on. It's true that a wandering mind is not a happy mind. Mindfulness helps us to declutter the drama, as we just saw. And the answer is not found through overthinking about overthinking. If we just have one thought, then we have another thought, even for the briefest of moments, there must have been a gap in there, mustn't there, between the two thoughts. Between thought 1 and thought 2, there has to be a space where there is no thought. Okay? So that's what we're working on, the stillness or the gap between our thoughts. And what we're doing is making that larger and more significant, because that gap, that space in between our thoughts, that is where we want to be for more of our day, for more of our life. And that's where we're headed with the next 8 days. So thank you for today, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next day of Mind Body Calm mindfulness. And just take it with you that we're finding the space between thoughts and lingering in that space. You'll find the next video in the credits after this. Thanks for your time.